Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We are so excited you're here. I'm Nikki McCutchen. I will be your host for this evening. Just know that whoever invited you to the call tonight must really care about you to want you to know about this technology. And also, if you're brand new to the call, please put your name in the chat because we will do a drawing for 5 days free of our amazing technology. And we want to share that with you and have you an opportunity to experience it. But the call tonight will be for 30 minutes. We're going to be talking about this truly jaw-dropping, amazing technology. It's why we keep doing what we're doing is because of the results that we see that people are having. It's just truly changing lives. And there's nothing better than getting to be a part of something and a company that is truly about investing in our health and giving us something that will support the infinite design so that we can aspire to optimal health, that we can go in that direction. And so we're glad to get to share that with you tonight. So with our medical disclaimer, everything we'll be sharing tonight is for informational and educational purposes only. All the products we discuss are not intended to treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent any dis-ease. If you are on medications or have medical conditions or are pregnant or nursing, just like with embarking on any new health regimen, diet, or fitness program, please check with your preferred healthcare practitioner first. So I want to dive into this amazing technology. Sorry if I act a little spacey tonight. I'm feeling a little spacey. This is it. This is what we're going to talk about, this tiny little patch. It is actually FDA recognized and compliant as a general wellness product. It is a class 1 medical device, completely non-transdermal. So what that means is there is nothing that transfers from this patch into your body. So when you put it on, there's nothing that's transferring into your skin. Sorry, I didn't take off the other side. But there's nothing that's transferring into your skin. It's completely sealed on both sides. So there's nothing that can even transfer from it to your skin. Most people are used to a transdermal patch. So a nicotine patch, an estrogen patch, a vitamin patch, all of those transfer something from the patch into your skin. This does not do that. Sealed on both sides with medical grade plastic, completely hypoallergenic. I'm so sorry. Y'all, this is going to be one of those crazy nights. So if this is the first time you've been with me, normally I'm not this whacked out, but all of a sudden I am, having a heat stroke over here. It's crazy. Anyway, so we'll get back to medical grade plastic, completely hypoallergenic, adhesive. So 96% effectiveness rate. There is really nothing on the market that has a 96% effectiveness rate. If you talk to healthcare practitioners and ask them, what in your industry, what are you using with your clientele, with your patients that has a 96% effectiveness rate? I would be shocked if they can tell you anything that they see that has that high of results. Truly, truly amazing that you can put this on your body and basically it works. It always works. It's always working. No matter where you live, you have practitioners in your area that use an autonomic nervous system scanner of some type. A thermographic imaging machine can also tell this, but basically, if you're not feeling anything, I send people to those healthcare practitioners in my industry here in Tulsa so that they can see that it is absolutely working every single time. So I know when I tell you for doing this for 2.5 years, when I say it is absolutely working, it's not only because our company says that. Our company's been around for 20 years. So they're already telling us that's the truth. But I have backed that up with what I already do with people, with me sending them to people to show that it is absolutely always working in their body. Now, there might be a few times where, okay, so we got 4% hanging out there, right? 4%. For 4% of you that maybe don't eat a lot of meat, we have this amazing Cellergize product. It's a powder that you put in your water. And what it does is it gives you all of the balanced material that you need to optimize the availability of the patch technology so that your body then, as it's being signaled to turn on that light switch for it to start working, this helps with that. So that's going to optimize that for anybody who is experiencing, 4% of you that may be not eating a lot of meat. So balanced copper and zinc, balanced magnesium, all these things that a lot lot of times people are deficient in, as well as like what I did was when we got this, I just transferred, I was using electrolytes anyway. So if you sweat, if you know, are out in the heat a lot, you know, working out, you need some type of electrolyte. Okay. If you haven't added that to your workout routines, definitely a must, because your body is using all of those up. So I just switched from my regular electrolytes over to this, as well as I hadn't added amino acids, which is really not good. I should have added amino acids, because anytime you're trying to build muscle, that's going to help with that. This also has amino acids. So it also has sea buckthorn extract in it, which is support for your own body stem cell activity. So that's a very unique combination to have all three of those in one design, as well as this was specifically designed to optimize your patch usage. So this, you know, you don't have to have this to use patches. It's just something we have for those of you that want that little bit extra, or want to make sure that your patches are optimized so you have all of those vitamins and nutrients in the proper balances in your body anyway. So it's great for all of that. Anyway, 96% effective just with this technology. It always works. Okay. So it's extremely affordable. When we're actually comparing this technology to other industry standard products that are out there that help to stem cell injections, peptide therapy, all of those things, when we're making that comparison, which when I tell you all the things that this turns on in your body, it's really not a great comparison, but it's the only thing the industry has out there to compare it to, because this is a standalone product. There's legitimately no competition. You cannot get this anywhere else. There is no other product, no other thing you can get that will do what this technology does. So stem cell injections are thousands and thousands of dollars. Peptide therapy are hundreds and hundreds of dollars each month, especially depending on how many you choose to do, and work that out with your healthcare practitioner. So truly, truly affordable, pennies on the dollar compared to those things. It's patented. We have over 200 patents. There's over 90 clinical studies. Rest assured, it is completely scientifically backed in every way. We literally have MDs out there who are even continually producing studies that they are publishing on PubMed. I just saw one again this last week by a cardiologist. So we're having different studies that are even published in a medical industry standard for a wellness technology to help and support people with different things going on with them. So truly, truly amazing. Again, there's no product in the world that does this, and I'm going to explain all this more thoroughly in a second. But let's talk about how this works through a process called photobiomodulation. That's just a big word for light making change in the body. So every time you step out into the sun, and you can see it kind of from the window, hitting my skin, it tells your skin and your eyes, it tells your body to make vitamin D. And then your body goes and uses that vitamin D. That vitamin D goes and does what it's supposed to do in the body. So the sun is acting like a light switch, turning on a light switch for vitamin D to go and work. And the cool thing is that we don't even know all the things the sun does for us. And there's so many valuable benefits that we haven't even found yet within the sun. And so that light switch is being turned on because God gave us the sun, and it's there to produce, to grow, to energize. That's what it's there for. So this technology works that same way. Only we don't need the sun for it to work. Our body becomes the light source, the heat source. So the second I place this on my body, okay, it then is activated by my own body's heat, okay? I emit a low grade, we all emit a low grade infrared light that comes out of our bodies at every point. When it hits the center of that patch, it acts like a reflector. So there's a crystal lattice structure inside of there that's made up of amino acids and salts that is reflective like a mirror. It hits that mirror, bounces back into the body, flipping that light switch, turning on GHK copper peptide. So what we really need to understand from this technology, it is the body that is doing all the work. This just acts as a light switch, just like in your house. If you do not flip that switch, the lights don't come on. If we do not wear a patch like this, GHK copper peptide continually decreases in our body as we age. That's what this is turning on, is GHK copper peptide. Look it up. Okay. Research it, type it into Google, whatever you got to do. Go on patchtheway.com, PATCH, theway.com. You can look at all the clinical studies. We do have a little entry point at some point in our website, and the passcode is just light. Hopefully I said that right. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. And you can get in to click on all those clinical studies and read all the research. You can dive as deep as you want to. But this acts as that light switch to turn on GHK copper peptide. And then the body does all of the work. Okay. This is where I am just truly blessed, thankful to have found a company and an inventor like David Schmidt, who studies God's design, the way our bodies are designed, and supports that infinite design. Because when we do that, we get the results that we have heard over the last 20 years of what we see this technology doing in people's lives. Truly life-changing, life-altering technology, absolutely amazing. And so I love that it's my body, it's turning on, it's not putting in any exogenous source, nothing that has to go through all the body processes, be digested, be transported, be absorbed, all of those things that so many people can have issues with. It bypasses all of that and just turns on the switch, flips the switch so that GHK copper peptide will work. As we age, by the time we're 30, half of our GHK copper peptide is any longer working for us. So that's crazy, because usually most of us still feel really good at 30, but that starts to decline at that point, a little bit before that, because there's only 50% working at 30. By the time we're 60, only half of our regenerative cells are any longer working in our body. Okay. Those regenerative cells that can go anywhere, do anything, support anything, regenerate anything. Okay. Those are only working at 10% any longer. And so that's why we need the electricity. We need a light switch that comes in, flips that switch, says, we are still alive and we want to operate as optimally as we possibly can. So we need our body to work the way that God designed it to work when we were in our 20s, when we were younger. So this truly is, in regenerative technology, absolutely incredibly amazing, because it resets your body to a younger, healthier state. This is seen across the board as people are using this in the way they feel, in their testing with their doctors, all of those things. We see things that are beginning to reverse, and people are beginning to feel better, having more vitality, being able to enjoy life. We're still here. And so we want to be able to do every single thing that God calls us to as we are here on this earth. And so when we don't feel well, when we do not have our health, it affects every single area of our life and what we can do in our life. And so to value and invest in your health, other than knowing Jesus Christ as your Savior, I'm not quite sure. And investing in our families, I can't think of another better thing to invest in our health. When we invest in our health, it is an investment in our families. It is an investment in our spiritual life and what God calls us to do and what He wants us to do for Him. And so it should be at the top of all of our lists of investing in our health. So let's talk about more GHK copper peptide and what it does, because before I told you about how this is set apart from the stem cell peptide industry. And that's really the only comparison. So how is it set apart? So when you look at and research GHK copper peptide, it turns on regenerative cells, which I talked about that, which is why people get these amazing across the board, different types of results. The next thing is that it completely supports your cardiovascular system in every way, your blood vessels, the lining of your blood vessels, your heart. So the studies that we have on the cardiovascular system are truly amazing, as well as, like I told you, we have a cardiologist who is actively doing clinical studies, and then going around at symposiums and talking in cardiology, basically classes, teaching other cardiologists about how this technology can help with people's hearts, and then publishing those studies on PubMed. So truly, truly amazing. Third thing is your brain. So this helps with brain fog and brain clarity, and helps to just reduce that stress, even reduce that inflammation, helps to just allow people to think clearer. When I originally started with the technology, it was one of those things that cleared up for me in about 6 weeks. I was forgetting things. I would, as far as like I'd ask my kids a question, I would remember I would remember asking the question, but I wouldn't remember the answer. So that cleared that up very, very quickly for me. So I was super, super thankful for that. If that's the only thing it had done for me, I would have stayed on it forever. But the list of things that it has done for me is very, very long. And most of the people who have start using this technology and use it for long term, for just as a part of our health regimen that we are going to use for the rest of our lives, we do have that long list of things that we can share with you. So even if there are people out there who are not experiencing results right away, again, it doesn't mean it's not working. It's always working. Don't stop patching until you get your miracle. Okay, your miracle is coming. I work with a friend of mine who she's got a very, very long list of things. And so slowly over 2 years, we've ticked off a little bit here, a little bit there. And then tweaking, the way that she uses the patches even and where she wears them has even helped as well. So being open to thinking about ways that we should change things up or revamp the way that we're patching. And that's why all of us are here too. There's so many that have gone before us and been, doing this even longer than me, way longer than 2.5 years, that we can call on and say, what can I do to tweak this? How can I change this? My mom even texted me and she just changed the way she was using the X39, and it lowered her heart rate variability. So bringing her body's ability to bring that heart rate down in just a small little tweak. So it's just interesting how the body will respond differently, but we need to listen to our bodies. We need to be aware and be sensitive and be willing to adjust and try new things. And ultimately, that's just life, right? That's just life with this technology as well, is that we're always growing, we're always learning, our body is ever changing. And so looking for how we can support that best, and tweaking the patches sometimes is important for that. So the fourth thing is collagen. So collagen is not just hair, skin, and nails. All of us will sign us up and take better skin, better hair, less wrinkles. We will all be willing to be a part of that. But collagen is literally the glue that holds your body together. So your ligaments, your tendons, your fascia, the lining of your organs is all made up of collagen. So the support for your body to have that glue start to tighten up, starting to hold back up so that everything just gets stronger internally by that system of collagen that we have to support our bodies across the board is just truly, again, phenomenal. There are so many people that just, will take collagen for that reason. This could be a way that you could get off, that would be an expense you could potentially stop paying. Now, you may be trying to, rebuild cartilage or something. You may have a certain thing that you're trying to work on in your body. And so you want to add extra collagen, which is great too, but it may not be something that you need. And this technology is just one of those ways that you have that whole full body system support. The fifth thing is immune support. We are constantly exposed to toxins. And right now I'm doing a detox program. And so for our body's immune system to work properly, our detoxification systems in our body have to work properly. And so doing things and adding things in that allow our body to exercise that detox muscle is so very important. And we live in such a society that wants to say no to that. We want to say, oh, that hurts, or I have a cough, or I have a runny nose, or, I don't feel well. And so I have to take something to try to get this symptom to go away. Really and truly, it's coming back to what's going on with me, thinking through what's going on, and is my body trying to detox, and do I just need to let it run its course? So allowing our bodies to even choosing to go on detoxification programs, which we have all of that with the patches, but we can do that with our diet and our eating and in so many other ways, cleansing parasites and mold and just so heavy metals. These are all detoxification things that we need to look at in our body to truly support our overall health. And so sometimes there's times when we just have to go through that detox. We have to embrace it and know that this is where I am right now. I need to let my body run its course and celebrate that. Because every single one of us, I promise you, if you want your immune system to work properly, detoxification has to be a part of what allows that immune system to work properly. Because when you are exposed to something that you drink, something that you eat, something that you breathe in the air, your body then takes that in. It's taken that in. Now it has to be able to use it and get it out and push it out through its normal pathways to get rid of that in the body. So we need that detoxification system within the immune system to work properly to help us in that way. So those 5 things is what I normally talk to people about. Look up GHK copper peptide. The list is truly jaw-dropping. I work with a DO who he had been looking for a clean source of GHK copper peptide. He was thinking about using peptide therapy, GHK injections in his clinic. But every time he would look into the injections or find another company, there was always something that he felt like was unclean or unnecessary for the body that was being put in the body when using that injection. And so when I introduced this technology to him, his comment was, Nikki, I believe that if I do not share this with my patients, that it would be considered medical malpractice. Let that sink in for a minute. Like that's truly jaw-dropping, okay, for a medical practitioner to decide that something natural has such an amazing effect on the body that he would consider it in the classification of, I am not fulfilling my oath of do no harm. That's what we have with this technology. It is so vitally important that people can understand and grasp and educate themselves on what they have in this tiny little patch, the light switch that's being flipped on, that basically that fountain of youth to reset our body to a younger, healthier state. Truly understand that. If people actually understood that, I really am not sure that there would be anybody on the planet who would not be using this technology, because the education and understanding of what it's doing for you is truly key in truly investing in your health and then being motivated to share it with others. The fact that you get these results, you want everyone to feel as good as you do, and you want everyone to invest in your health the way you are, because you know what it's done for you. And so I just hope and pray that you find this a blessing tonight. For those of you that are new, I encourage you to get back to the person who invited you to the call tonight. Tell them you're ready to get started. Don't wait. I was actually listening to another call with a doctor earlier today, and she was talking about how she was so afraid that this was going to be thousands and thousands of dollars because we were talking about your body being able to turn back on regenerative cells. And so she waited for months because she was doing all this research, but she never found out the price. So pennies on the dollars, y'all. There's no reason for anybody to not start today. And that's what she wished she had done, just started right away. So anyway, and that's, again, coming from another doctor who researches and looks at things, makes sure that they're, healthy and going to be supportive for people. So another huge thing is hydration. Water is always key with this technology, but just key in your life. You cannot detoxify if you're not drinking water. Okay. Your body cannot work properly in any way, shape, or form without clean, high quality hydration. So that is key for this technology to work, for that cellular communication to happen. The electrolytes. So the electrolytes in here, allowing your electrical conductivity between cells for them to talk to each other, for then your body to use the information, use the electricity of that light being turned on so they can go and turn on all the other things and support across the board, just like your house being supported with electricity. Okay. Think about it for a second. If our house did not have electricity, how many of us would be in big trouble? big trouble. I would be in big trouble if my house did not have electricity and plumbing. Okay. So the fact that this is like that electrical system being turned back on in the body with our technology is absolutely huge. You have a way to do that and support your body. And so, okay, here's another question I always get is, how long do I have to use it? Okay, so you've already heard me tell you that I'm going to have this patch on my body until Jesus comes back to get me. Okay, so that's my choice. That's my investment in the health. But most people want to know how long. Okay, first question I would want to ask you is, do you take supplements? Do you take vitamins? Are you going to get off those in 10 years? In 15 years, in 5 years, in 1 year? Are you going to stop doing any of that? Are you going to stop exercising? Are you going to stop cleaning your house? I mean, like whatever it is, are you going to stop some of those things that allow our bodies to work properly, that allow our homes to work properly? Are you going to stop any of those other things? This is how I view that technology. So, but if you need a time frame, okay, normally we're going to tell people 1 month for every decade you are old. So if you're 50, you want to use it for 5 months to really see what it's going to do for you. But I'm going to put a little caveat in there. That's only if you do not have a list of things over here. Like, I'm on medication for this, I have this problem, I have this symptomology, like whatever this list of issues is, you need to be on this 6 to 12 months to give your body time to be able to go back into the doctor, have those test results run, and see where it's benefiting you. Okay. You don't have to wait that long if you find somebody who has an autonomic nervous scanner or a thermographic imaging. Okay. You can see that the technology is working right away. And so, but if you're working with just your regular testing, 6 to 12 months to really see what it's doing for you. And so that will kind of give you a time frame. Plus, think about this. This is natural. This is supporting your body to work naturally. It's taken you a long time to get in whatever state that you are in. That just didn't happen overnight. So you can't put on this patch and decide that you're just going to get better overnight or in 1 week or in 1 month. Are there people that have results and feel things that quickly? Yes, there are one patch wonders, and we are always, all of us are rejoicing with them. But there are a lot of people that this takes time, or it takes the ability to have a test result to see how it's working in your body because they don't feel anything. But the reality is that it is absolutely 100% of the time working in your body somewhere. It is doing something. So, I think we have a few minutes. Oh, is anybody new on the call? So if you're new, make sure you put your name in the chat and we will get you into the wheel of names to win that 5 days free. But is there anybody that has any questions or any stories that they want to share? We have a few more minutes if anybody wants to come on. David's making a funny in the chat. David, you're funny. My goodness. Come on, Vicky.
I try.
I do know that this technology has truly changed my life, but I am even more so thankful for it lately, more so because of all the different things and challenges that I've been through the past 5 weeks. I can't imagine going through this without it and how much worse off I would be. So I'm just so thankful to have it because this is at our fingertips, and this is something that if I didn't have it, I would have been back to the doctors probably quite a few times wondering what is this happening? What is going on? But I'm just so thankful for it because in all of that, we just have this available for all of us to use.
Mhm. Absolutely. Yes. And we can't wait to have you on again, Vicki, and do another story call with you about all the things because life still happens, right? Things
Right.
still happen. We still have things that we're exposed to that go over and above. We still have surgeries. There's things that happen to where we
Exactly.
still need medical intervention. There's still times that is necessary and important. And we are so very thankful for that when that's the case. But yes, like just to have something that we can grab, that we can utilize, that we can educate ourselves on so that when things are, not normal, we're having some kind of ache, pain, illness, then we have something that we can utilize that's going to help and support our body in its ability to work the way that it was designed to do and handle whatever kind of stressor that's being thrown at our body at that minute.
Yes, very much so.
Yes, absolutely. Anybody else? Yes, Pastor Ed.
If I could show you a technology that can help you and do half the things that X39 does, would you be interested in using it?
Yes.
You answered my question. Thank you very much.
Yes, absolutely. And I don't even know what there would be. I mean, how could you come up with something more easy than this? Like legit,
Right.
like not like 1 second, maybe peel it off, pop it on in the morning, like, or at night when you go to bed, like whatever's best for your body. Like so super simple. So please get back with the person who invited you to the call tonight. Tell them that you're ready to get started on this technology. And we want to hear from you. We want to hear your story. We want to be able to interview you and get that recorded on our Thursday night call so that you can bless so many people. That's what's blessing people is all of our stories. And so please come back on the call Thursday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we'll be back here. We'll be, I do have an interview planned for this Thursday. So that's what we do is interview people most of the time on Thursdays. So come back and join us. Wednesday night, we also have a call for an hour. Thursday's 30 minutes. Our Wednesday night call goes over all of our amazing technology. It also goes over our business opportunity. If you want to share this and bless others and maybe even just get your patches paid for, like maybe that's your whole goal, like that's available to you. What things out there can you say that you have a way to get them paid for inside the system? Like, if I want to buy a sauna, like I don't know of any way for me to go out and buy a sauna and have those saunas that I tell people about, then pay for my sauna. So, it's one of those really cool ways that it can be as little as that, or it can be as big as completely changing your life. Whereas this is what you do. This replaces your entire income. So truly, truly come back on Wednesday to hear about that and all of our other amazing technologies. But with that, we pray blessing over each and every one of you. Good night, everyone. Have a blessed evening.
Good night. God bless.
God bless.
Great job, Nikki.